नमस्कार दोस्तों, हमारे चैनल में आपका फिर से स्वागत है। दोस्तों, पेंशन अपडेशन से संबंधित काफ़ी समय से अलग अलग ऑर्गेनाइजेशन द्वारा और इंडिविजुअल पेंशनर्स द्वारा फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर को कम्युनिकेट किया जा रहा है। हाल ही में AIBPARC द्वारा 22 फरवरी को फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर को मेमोरेंडम भेजा गया। उस मेमोरेंडम के कंटेंट्स क्या हैं वो मैं आपके सामने रखूंगा। ये AIBPARC का सर्कुलर नंबर 13-24 23 फरवरी 2024 का है। फॉर सर्कुलेशन अमंग द मेंबर्स ऑफ गवर्निंग काउंसिल, स्टेट सेक्रेटरीज, स्पेशल इनवाइटीज, एडवाइजर्स, एफिलिएट्स, कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट्स ऑफ CBPRO एंड मेंबर्स। डियर कॉमरेड, सब्जेक्ट memorandum submitted to the Honorable Union Finance Minister on the unresolved issues of bank pensioners and retirees on February 22nd, 2024. We reproduce here under the text of the above memorandum for information of members. A separate memorandum will be submitted by CBPRO to the Honorable Union Finance Minister within the next few days, and same will also be reproduced for information of members. With best wishes and regards, comradely yours, Suprito Sarkar, General Secretary. Enclosure as above. AIBPARC FM pension updation email 2024 dated February 22nd 2024. Memorandum to the Honorable Finance Minister from Bank Pensioners and Retirees. Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman ji, Honorable Union Finance Minister, Government of India, New Delhi. Respected Madam, we at the outset take this opportunity to profusely thank you for evincing keen interest to resolve the pending issues of the bank pensioners and retirees during your stewardship as the Honorable Finance Minister, with a view to impress upon the urgency to resolve the other important and pending issues, and to impress our anguish for the continued disregard and insensitive attitude of IBA on the very important issues of updation of pension, despite your good self very positive response when we had opportunity to meet you on 19th June 2023. We, with a heavy heart, proposed to hold a national dharna at Jantar Mantar, New Delhi on 22nd February 2024 by various bank pensioners and retirees organizations under the banner of Corporation of Bank Pensioners and Retired Organizations CBPRO, to highlight the pending issues of bank pensioners and retirees, but police authority declined the permission in view of the imposition of restrictions under Section 124 of IPC in Delhi in the wake of farmers' agitation. Our proposed dharna could not be allowed to be held. We, as law-abiding organizations and citizens of great nation Bharat, do respect decision of the government and police authorities. However, we wish to submit the following long pending issues of bank pensioners and retirees for your kind and sympathetic consideration, and request for your kind intervention. Updation of pension. This has been our long pending demand, as our pension was updated for the first and last time in respect of those pensioners who had retired between 1st January 1986 and 31st October 1987, as they alone were due for updation at the time of the implementation of the pension scheme in banks in the year 1993-94. The provision of updation of pension was originally restricted for this group of pensioners. However, the regulation providing for updation was amended by the bank after previous sanction of the government, and in consultation with the RBI in 2003, when the late Sri Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji was the Honorable Prime Minister. The amended provision read as under: basic pension and additional pension, wherever applicable, shall be updated as per the formula given in the Appendix 1. The amended provision was placed on the floor of both the houses of the Parliament and also notified in the Gazette of Union of India, and thus became part of subordinate legislation, making it mandatory for the state and its entities to implement. Further, it is on record. Bank pension scheme was on the pattern of central government pension scheme and RBI pension scheme. While the pension in the central government and RBI is updated with every salary revision in terms of Central Pay Commission RBI's periodical salary revision. The public sector bank, including SBI, pensioners are being arbitrarily discriminated on the pretext of the issue being sub judice before Honorable Supreme Court, MC Singla and others case. We have been requesting that the government should notify the updation formulas and in respect of all the periodical revision of salary as has fresh been done in respect of pensioners of RBI and NABARD with effect from the same date, that is 1st March 2019, though we are eligible from 1/11/92. It is pertinent to mention that court cases become infructuous on resolution with the mutual agreement. In this backdrop, depriving the bank pensioners of their legal right of updation of pension by attempting to introduce an ex gratia stating without prejudice to our demand for updation of pension side MOU dated 7th December 2023 is very peculiar. It is beyond comprehension that the benefit of updation, which is already provided in bank employees pension regulation and settlement, is being held back illegally with the allurement of ex gratia to the helpless pensioners, thus exploiting their emotional vulnerability. Respected Madam, where do we go for justice against such illegal and discriminatory treatment meted out to us by mighty IBA and AIRBEA combined? We earnestly request that IBA may please be advised to render justice by notifying the formula for updation of pension as done for RBI and NABARD pensioners. Point number 2, reckoning of a special allowance to compute pension and gratuity. A special allowance was introduced for all the employees and officers of the bank with effect from 1st November 2012 by reducing the basic pay. It is not assigned to performance of any specific job or role function. It attracts DA in it is payable during the period of the leave and also reckoned for encashment of privilege leave even at the time of superannuation. However, through an illegal agreement, IBA and AIRBEA being made it not reckoning for superannuation benefit to this pension and gratuity. This illegal perpetuated ever since 1st November 2012. The Honorable High Court of Kerala at Ernakulam has given favorable judgment to the pensioners, but the bank, on the advice of IBA, has appealed against the judgment before division bench and the issue is being protected illogically. We request for early resolution of the issue as it has serious implications of bringing down the pension and gratuity substantially, as the special allowance component, which started at the rate of 7.5% of the basic pay is increased in every wage settlement, and it is said to be as high as 27% in the impending settlement which is due from 1st November 2022. दोस्तों, ये जो उन्होंने अपना अनुमान लगाया है कि अर्थ बाइपेटाइट में यह 27% तक चला जाएगा, यह काफ़ी हद तक सही है पिछले ट्रेंड को देखते हुए। इसमें थर्ड पॉइंट उन्होंने लिया है मेडिकल इंश्योरेंस स्कीम। द DFS वाइड इट्स कम्युनिकेशन डेटेड 24th February 2012 while issuing guidelines for utilization of staff welfare fund, advised the bank to evolve a medical insurance scheme both for serving and retired employees. The bank were advised not to disburse any amount in cash out of staff welfare fund, but IBA and AIRBEA, while signing the settlement in April 2015, provided for separate medical insurance policy for serving employee and at bank's cost, and retired employee. The group medical insurance scheme was made optional with discriminatory conditions whereby the pensioners were forced to pay the premium, which was rupees 7,499 in 2015-16, is increased to rupees 1,07,000 during current year. Such an exorbitant increase in premium is beyond the means of the bank pensioners and has thus forced majority of the pensioners to withdraw from the scheme, leaving only about 1,25,000 pensioners out of 7,60,000 pensioners. It is simply ridiculous to make mockery of directives of DFS. It is constraining us to think that IBA is working against the interest of pensioners. Pension option to resignees and other leftover retirees. The IBA and AIRBEA have already signed an MOU at the instance of your ministry on 9 December 2023, providing for extending an option to those who had resigned after completing the pensionable year of service of 20 years. We have requested that the option should be available with the commutation so that the CPF received by them could be paid back. The said proposal yet to approval of the government. We request your good self to facilitate approval of the ministry with commutation benefits and also give one last opportunity to leftover retirees who are hardly 1,000 in number. We therefore request your good self to arrange for an early approval and also include those who had not resigned but serves the bank loyally up to the age of the normal superannuation for extending pension option with usual benefit of commutation. Fifth point है इसमें consultation and negotiation status to the apex organizations of pensioners. The bank pensioners number far exceeds the number of serving employees and officers at more than 7.6 lakh pensioners, but our grievances are still left at the mercy of IBA and serving bank officers and employees organization. Our repeated requests for consultation or negotiating status are obstructed by your view leaders who claim to be representing pensioners, as most of the UFBU leaders are themselves retired employees, still continuing as representative of serving employees, and assert that they are entitled to represent the pensioners and retirees too. The agreement signed between IBA and UABU on issue of pensioners have on many occasions been challenged in the courts as illegal and redressal sought successfully through judicial intervention in the past. We having not good experience at the hands of the IBA and UABU combined, do humbly request you and your good self to help apex organization of the bank pensioners and their retirees to get the consultation negotiation status. We fervently request for early resolution of our above long pending grievances by our esteemed government. Your very proactive sentiments for the former bank employees and officers for their phenomenal contribution for nation building, we are confident will make IBA to take very positive steps to resolve our issues. With kind regards, yours sincerely, KV Acharya, President AIBPARC and Joint Convener CBPRO, सुप्रीता सरकार जनरल सेक्रेटरी। दोस्तों, ये जो मेमोरेंडम सबमिट किया गया है शायद इसी लाइन में अब CBPRO भी सबमिट करेंगे। अब ये देखना होगा कि क्या फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर इसमें इंटरवेन करेंगे या नहीं। दोस्तों, AIBPARC का जहाँ तक सवाल है वो लगातार कोशिश करते जा रहे हैं और फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर को लेटर लिखा है पहले उन्होंने, फिर अब मेमोरेंडम सबमिट कर रहे हैं। तो उनकी कोशिशें लगातार जारी हैं, लेकिन जो पिछला धरना का कार्यक्रम था 22 जनवरी का वो तो नहीं हो पाया फार्मर्स के एजिटेशन की वजह से। उम्मीद की जाती है कि आगे अपडेशन के लिए यदि फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर इस मेमोरेंडम के बेसिस पे कोई सुनवाई कर पाते हैं या नहीं, ये समय ही बतलाएगा। दोस्तों, आशा है कि इस वीडियो में दी गई जानकारी आपको पसंद आई होगी। अगर पसंद आई तो इसको लाइक करें और साथ ही अपने दोस्तों में शेयर भी करें। और कोई जानकारी के लिए कमेंट अवश्य करें। फाइनेंशियल लिटरेसी से संबंधित, बैंक पेंशन से संबंधित, बैंक से संबंधित या गवर्नमेंट के स्कीम के बारे में जानने के लिए इस चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें। नए नए वीडियो के जल्द नोटिफिकेशन के लिए बेल आइकन दबाना न भूलें। वीडियो को अंत तक देखने के लिए धन्यवाद। जय हिंद, वंदे मातरम।